these challenging times. May the father who is depressed, may the father who is broke, may that father who feels unappreciated receive the joy of the Holy Ghost to become what you've purposed him to be. May each trusting father keep hope alive. May you wipe every silent tear and dispel all their doubts and fears. May Jesus be revealed to and through us as fathers, and in essence, as brothers in Christ. May your name be exalted, even now and always, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Have we pray. Amen. This is New Kind.
Your dial is on Sunny 88.7 FM. Is a whole month dedicated to men and fathers. Ajimai, I don't know which radio station or which TV station is taking the time out to do this.
I agree.
Yeah, and I wish the Uber driver you're talking about tunes in this morning, this whole month, and knows, hey, somebody does acknowledge men and fathers. So, yeah, we're excited about it. Our guest is seated with us. We'll be on live with him, Mr. William Halm, president of the Men's Ministry for ICGC Zoe Temple. He's also an architect. I don't know if we'll get into that today, but today let's zoom in on the power of brotherhood. But just before we speak with him, Ajimai, some quick reminders. Yeah.
So let me first take our listeners to Jandu Place. Now, this Father's Day, Jandu Place has got something for you. It's a nice area that myself, JJD, and Emmanuel visited sometime 2 weeks ago or something, and they've got some amazing experience awaiting all fathers for this Father's Day. So they're giving you some mouth-watering chop live menu to experience. You know, they've got this special fufu. It's called a seafood fufu, and apparently it's one of the first in Accra where you're getting seafood fufu. So for Father's Day, they've got these amazing, great food, amazing ambience, unforgettable memories for you to make with your husband, your father, or that father figure in your life. Jandu Place is the place to go for this Father's Day. They are located at Adringano. Now give them a call, 0504 899 605. That is 0504 899 605. Why don't you go on social media, search for Jandu Place. That is at Jandu Place on Instagram, and check them out. Now remember, Shikanik has got something amazing coming up for the 14th of June. That is this coming Saturday. Dads and Sons. They're bringing you an unforgettable beginners auto workshop where dads are going to pass on their auto experiences to their sons, and it's brought to you from the camp of Ghana's leading female auto mechanic, Shikanik. So she's coming with her Shikanik Academy on this one. It's happening at the CFAO head office at airport in partnership with Star Oil, First Bank Ghana, Engine Lubricants, and Verna Water. This is going to be a hands-on workshop all about bonding while learning essential car maintenance skills like changing tires, jump-starting your batteries, and more. It'll be fun. It'll be practical. So to register, go to shikanik.com. That is shikanik.com, or call 026 4425 189. That is 026 4425 189 or 0557 99111. Again, it's 0599. Let me take that again, 0599 799 111 to register. Remember, it's on Saturday, June 14th.
Yes, and two things I want to talk about. Cocoa milk, KOKO, 100% plant-based for those of you looking for lactose-free, dairy-free, soya-free, GMO-free, or cholesterol-free, all the frees. Cocoa milk is what you need. It's 100% vegan and rich with 14 key vitamins and minerals such as zinc, iron, calcium, potassium, magnesium, vitamin C, and more. And it comes in 5 variants: cocoa unsweetened, cocoa original, cocoa barista, cocoa super, and cocoa kids. So for your tea, your coffee, your cereals, your smoothies, you can even drink straight from the glass, and is approved by FDA Ghana and Vegan Society UK. Available at NS Chemist, East Cantonment Pharmacy, Bedita Pharmacy, Tina Priority, Tema Community 4, Little George, Tema Community 2, And Opoku Trading, Edum Kumasi, Adum Square, opposite in Sawan Prison, Melcom Shops, and all super markets. For inquiries, you can call or WhatsApp 0274 444. No, let me take this. 0274 440 180. That is 0274 440 180. And the Apostolic Empowerment Conference, the 9th edition actually, is coming up. Theme is Why We Gather in Conference, because Apostle Arom Osai and Mrs. Diana Osai hosts Reverend Isaac and Mrs. Mary Gifty Odame. 13th to 15th of June, venues UPSA Auditorium. Is a season of fire, truth, and empowerment. So join in streaming live on Remnant Christian Network Ghana or Apostle Arom Osai platforms. For more information, call 0504 618 033. Sunny 88.7 FM. Ajimai.
Well, we're back, and if you're listening on radio, we're live on television as well, Sunny TV, and we're live on our social media platforms as well, Sunny 88.7 FM. So, in a minute, right? We're coming back.
Yes,
We
and.
can move on.
Yes, I want to also pick Mr. Halmsman when we come back on his thoughts on the kaftan thing. So I was shocked yesterday that men are tired anyway. And thankfully, I'm not the only.
I think we settled.
I want to know whether it's also settled with him. I just want to be sure. Maybe some of us have to change the plans we have. Please stay with us. We're right back.
In a world where men carry so much, every now and then they need a moment to breathe, connect, and be refreshed. Join Sunny FM for ManCode Festival, the ultimate men's hangout, happening Saturday, June 28th at the Alisa Pavilion from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is a space for men to unwind, reflect, and recharge. Come and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking ManCode conversations, buffet lunch, comprehensive free health screenings, including blood pressure and blood sugar checks, body mass index assessment, prostate health consultation for early registrants, dental checkup, professional cleaning, fun games, and exciting activities with great prizes, all in a laid-back brotherly atmosphere filled with good vibes and great people. Rate 1,250 Ghana cedis. Special discounts are available for men's groups and fellowships. To register, call or WhatsApp 0545 223324 or 0243 664623. Registration closes on June 25th. Bring your brother, your dad, your son, a mentor, or that father figure who's made an impact in your life. Come, celebrate the strength, the journey, and the bond of men at ManCode Festival. Brought to you by Sunny FM with support from Fidelity Bank, Kinsman Shoes, Star Bites, J. Ray Gatti Fashion House, Ezel Fashion, Beaver Health Group.
All right, so today marks our third episode of the ManCode series. Last year, we began something new. It was well embraced, and so we said, hey, why don't we continue? So it's the ManCode series, the month of June, as we're celebrating fathers, celebrating men. And, you know, as men go through the complexities of life, having a strong support system of brothers, that can be a game changer. And so today we're exploring the transformative power of brotherhood, how it can impact men's lives, and we're diving into the importance of community, talking about accountability and support in helping men grow and thrive. And we thought having Mr. William Halm would be such a great experience. He is the president of the men's ministry, ICGC Zoe Temple. So they have their community, they have their brotherhood. I was saying to Elder Amos that, you know, growing up when we had brotherhood, we had watched too many Nigerian movies. So we had brotherhood, we always saw red and black men in red and black looking very strange. But this year, this month, we're highlighting the positive one that makes you smile.
they had this creepy background
Very
music
creepy.
they always used.
So before you come, so Mr. Halm, I'm not tired of Kaftan for Father's Day. I'm just asking on behalf of someone. Yeah, I'm just asking.
I think we want you to be more creative.
Hey!
I think it used to be ties and now kaftans. Well, hey, we appreciate it for the gift.
So, like, what are a few examples for the women who are looking for ideas?
A nice shoe, you know.
Oh, shoes.
A nice shoe.
A nice shoe.
A nice watch.
Nice
A
watch.
caveman watch.
It won't be bad.
It's interesting how the men are very specific with the brands they want. So the kaftan, it has to be J-Ray.
It has to be J.
The shoe has to be good. The watch has to be caveman.
Yeah.
Ladies, there you go. Ajman, over
The
to
ball
you.
is in your court.
It's
now.
in the court.
Let me, Jenny. There's a bit of an issue here where, I mean, men were often thought to be strong, to be self-reliant, but then there's always the imbalance, okay, with that vulnerability and accountability. That is true for brotherhood, and Mr. Halm, that's what I'm hoping that maybe you can expatiate a bit about, that vulnerability and accountability that comes, with brotherhood. But then we've grown up to think that, just like Jenny was saying, brotherhood, initially it used to be this kind of men who in some building meeting to do some shady things and or I mean, just expatiate a bit on that for us, brotherhood and the accountability that comes with it for men against the usual that we have been taught to know.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, and good morning to all your listeners. I first want to say that, look, vulnerability is not crying. I hear a lot of women say, men, be vulnerable, because women cry means that you have to cry. I think it's also important to mention that as a man, you need to be strong, because my mind goes back to Joshua when Moses died and God says, be strong and courageous. However, I think vulnerability is being transparent and truthful, right? Being open enough to share what is the problem you're having and being transparent about it. Accountability is being open to criticism and learning. And I think that in our lives as men, you always need someone you can talk to. Many times there are few cliques of men that have very strong brotherhood, either friends from maybe we're growing up. But I also think that in today's world, we have business colleagues, we have colleagues at work, we have church groups, you have friends. All these are forms of brotherhood. So brotherhood is not like a whole big institution that, like Jenny said, you are wearing red and black as if you are going to do some occult thing. But brotherhood basically is a set of people, either one or more, that you can share a challenge that you are having with, that you feel you can't share with everybody. And in reality, you can't just go spilling your guts to everyone, because that's not wisdom. But you must have a few people that you can talk to. And it doesn't have to be the same person for everything. You can have a brotherhood, just like we have business clubs, right? Yeah. I belong to the Stanford Seed Network, where we do what we call some kind of leadership lab. So, for example, when you're having a problem in your business, your leadership lab can come together and you can discuss the problem you're having. Because many times when you're running a business and you're by yourself, there are some problems you don't have anyone to share with. So you share that, and sometimes they give you a different perspective you've never looked at before. So let's say my business, I'm an architect, I'm doing this, and somebody is doing, let's say, clothing, or somebody is doing oil and gas, but he looks at what you're saying and is able to offer you a totally different perspective you've not thought about. So I think that brotherhood has to do with a place where you can share, a few people you can share your challenges, be it personal, be it business, be it relational. That is brotherhood in a simple nutshell. It's not a complicated thing. It could be a best friend, it could be a church group, it could be a small business club, it could be one or two people who are very close to you, but it helps. My mind is taken to the adage that if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And life is not a sprint, it's a long journey, the whole essence of life. So you need people that you can confide in, you can share trouble, and when you share your trouble, it's a load lighter. You get some ideas. What you will struggle to do in 1 year, somebody will give you an idea and you resolve the thing in 1 week.
Yeah,
that's the power of brotherhood.
Well, if you just joined us, we've started our ManCode Series right here on Sunny FM, live on television as well, Sunny TV, and on our social media platforms. I hope that you can share this link with a husband, with a brother, with a father, with an uncle to take a listen in. Share your comments and your thoughts as well, whether on Facebook or on our WhatsApp, 0540-130684. That is 0540-130684 as we move on.
I want to ask, in your experience, what would you say you've seen to be the cost of isolation from men? Especially maybe leadership, business. Yeah.
All right. It's a difficult thing for men to open up, because we are brought up, not only brought up, but intrinsically, as a man, you are responsible, especially for your family.
Yeah.
And you do everything to get the family going. But isolation is a very difficult thing. I think it's the most wicked thing you can do to yourself. I mean, if you look in a prison, when a very dangerous criminal is to be highly punished, they put you in an isolation cell. So for a human being, isolation is the biggest disservice you can do to yourself. So men who isolate themselves struggle. And as a man, beyond a certain point, there's a breaking point for everyone.
Yeah.
Beyond a certain point, you break if you have no one to talk to. So no man should put himself in a position of isolation. It's a killer. A lot of men who commit suicide is because of isolation, right? It's because you're having a challenge and you can't talk to anybody about it, and you can't figure it out, and you feel like there's no way out. So isolation can kill you. It could make you plateau in your life. It could make you make wrong decisions. And I think that is the worst thing you can do to yourself. It's a difficult thing for men to open up and speak to people about their deep issues. And I say that if you have a wife as a friend, it's a start. If you have a wife who is a friend, it's an easy start. You could also have a close friend, a brother, that you can share. And you don't have to share every portion of your life with everybody. There are people that they are in business that you can share just business issues with. There are people who are friends that you can share personal. But I think isolation can kill you. You can die.
Johnny, I'm looking at isolation as sometimes, men are, you're seeing them, they are there, they're doing that. But in their decision making, in their personal spaces, they can't express themselves. And primarily because sometimes men finds it difficult to submit to correction, to submit to maybe another man kind of speaking into your life. And I'll give a typical example. I think 2 or 3 years ago, we had a breakfast. That was what we used to do on Father's Day. And a woman called and said, you know what, my husband must sit at a particular place as she's coming to the breakfast. And please, who is coming to talk? Because he will not be there if it is not this kind of person. I really want him to come. I know he needs help. I know he needs to talk to people. But it would be difficult for him. I mean, where he's gotten to, he think only this kind of people can talk to him. I've bought the ticket. So if you can help me. 1, seat him at a particular place. And 2, if this person is coming, then I think my husband can be there. I mean, how can men learn to submit to correction, to counsel from other men? Otherwise, then isolation becomes the next thing that they're riding on.
I think, let me correct it. It's not how you can submit yourself to counsel from other men. It's how you can submit yourself to counsel.
In general.
Counsel is counsel.
Yes.
Right? Any man who thinks he's beyond counsel is arrogant and is already on his way down. Pride goes before a fall. Right? So I think that there must be somebody you respect enough in your life for the person to speak to you. And I think as a man, being a leader. So let's take an example. Let's say you are captaining, let's say, whatever, a ship, a vehicle. You are the one at the front. So everyone is behind you. But you need to have this mindset that even though you are the one in front and you are the one seeing ahead, after you have charted your course, the guys behind you see what has happened. Today, a very funny thing happened just as I was sitting here. Someone called me and says, Mr. Halm, this nice building of yours, I was passing by and I saw this thing is crooked. And I said, thank you very much. From here, I'm going to pass there, check it out and correct it. Why did he tell me? He loves what I do. He saw it. He felt this thing didn't look right. He should tell me. Just as I was waiting in the lobby. And I said, thank you. I'm going to correct it. Because when I correct it and other people see the building and I get another project, the council helped me to get another project.
Yeah.
If somebody came and saw and said it's crooked, no, I can't trust Mr. Halm to do it again. I've lost it out. So I think you must be humble enough to be open to correction. Whether it's from a brother or a sister, be open to correction. It's a simple thing that any human being who wants to go far, an attitude that you must have. Otherwise, you will grow arrogant. And check history. All people who fell got to the point they were beyond counsel. Empires that fell got to the point they were beyond counsel. That's it.
We're live on Facebook, also on YouTube. You can join in the conversation. You can also watch us on Sunny TV's the third episode of the ManCode Series. And we are talking with Mr. William Halm, and it's all about the power of brotherhood. And Ajim, I think I want you to touch on the ego part. There are some questions I feel I should let you be the one to ask.
you know, Jenny, there's a man I met, very big man I met some time ago, who over scrutinizes everybody, who doesn't literally trust anybody. And this is because he's been hurt before. This is because he's trusted men in business and he's been, hurt badly. Just because I think he's had a failed relationship or marriage or something. And so this has turned him into literally a monster. I mean, when you meet him, but this is a very good businessman. And so I'm wondering, how do men heal? Especially when in the brotherhood or in the course of relationship, they've been hurt. How do men heal? I mean, that ego bit to come to the point that I need to go through this process of healing. How does it happen? How can men listening this morning begin a journey towards that part? Because in the brotherhood, it's not, and I don't even want to talk about brotherhood alone, but on the journey of life, I think when men are hit, sometimes it's difficult, like we said, the vulnerability. I mean, going to maybe cry. A man once said at one of our retreats that he took a bad business decision, lost a lot of money, and it was difficult to go back and tell the wife that the money is gone.
Happens.
In nature, healing is part of it. Look, I like looking at what God has created as the truth of life. Everything heals. Cut a tree, a sap comes up, after that it heals. Yeah. Anything goes through healing. What do you think is recovery from disease and medication? Medication is only helping your body to heal. Your body already has a God-built system for healing and recovery. So healing is part of your natural system to recover. Any man who refuses to go on the journey of healing is cutting his life short. So look, healing is also courage to say, I'll start again. Who has not been beaten in the rain before? Do you say, I will never go out? You would go out again. Who has done business? Look, if you've been in Ghana and you've bought a couple of lands, you've lost some before.
Yeah.
Would you say, I will invest again? So it first starts with a mindset. It's a decision. When someone hurts you, yes, he's hurt you. Wisdom says, be careful about this person. Wisdom says, go back and think carefully who you expose yourself to. But does that mean that lock yourself up? It's like somebody saying that I will never forgive you, and you think the other person is the one going to struggle. What you don't know is that you are drinking the poison. So as a man, if you've been hurt, first you must have a mindset that it's part of life. That's the first thing. It's part of life. You hurt your children. Sometimes you say things that your children get hurt.
Yeah.
Do your children say, I refuse for you to be my father again? You hurt your spouse by what you say. So therefore, as human beings who are already fallen creatures, by the grace of God, we are trying to, live like him. People would make mistakes. People will hurt you. People would step on your toes. Have a mindset that it is part of life. 2, start the journey of healing by first considering what happened and forgiving. Healing is about forgiveness. Forgive the person. Move on with your life. Look, some things are very straightforward. There's no need to long play this thing. And then be careful who you speak to. Be wise, right? But you cannot lock your life and say, because this happened, I will never do that again. Because, listen, in the same life, you will find a partner who will help you the most. So if somebody hurts you and because of that you will not deal with any human being again, hopefully your blessing is cut short. So I think that the process of healing, first you have to acknowledge what has happened to you. Let go of the pain. Have a mindset that, look, it's part of life. In the process, you'll be hurt, but time heals all wounds. God gives us the ability to forget, right? And for things to wane out. So don't keep brooding on the thing. The more you brood on it, the more you can't let go. Have a mindset that, look, healing or hurt is part of life. Let it go. And if possible, the person who did that to you, find a way of reconciling to him. Speak to him. But be careful that this guy, he cannot be trusted. So still, I have a relationship with him. Even Jesus had circles of relationship. Mm-hmm. He had the 40. Then he had the 12. Then he had 3. Peter, James, and John. And when he felt like, Charlie, this thing, I can't take it. He called Peter, James, and John and said, Charlie, pray with me. I'm struggling with this thing. He didn't tell the 12. But Peter denied him. The 3, Peter that denied. Peter even among the 3, John says that I'm the one he loves the most. Peter is the one who says that, Charlie, you can't do this. Yeah. Peter denied him 3 times. I don't even know you. Hey, Jesus, I don't know you. Yet, it is the same Peter that he says that upon this rock I'll build. He told Peter, I will build my church. Right. So, the same Peter. If God is the creator of the whole world, and therefore our model of life is best after our best life is when we model our life after him, then Jesus was betrayed by his best friend, Peter. But Jesus forgave him, moved on. What has happened to Christianity? It has grown because of the disciples. Jesus alone didn't evangelize the whole world. He couldn't have done that because he was man. He came, he gave it back to the same people who denied him and says, go and do the work. And today he has a harvest to come for. So you can be hurt. Forgive the person. Talk to the person. If you think this person is not the person trustworthy to give him your secrets, have a nice relationship, but find somebody else. It will take time. It's part of life.
So, William, I want to take you back a bit to what you do as the president of the men's ministry at ICGC Zoe Temple. What are some of the things you do to support men coming together? Yeah. Okay.
So, in the ministry, one of the things we are trying to do is get men to connect. Because, unfortunately for us in charismatic churches, everybody is sort of doing his business, minding his thing. So,
about their own business.
Everyone is about their own business. So that connection is really not there. But when I was growing up in the Orthodox churches, when they say women's fellowship, men's fellowship, they're always coming. So what we are trying to do is first get men to connect. So we have programs, we have events, and we had some of the events. Recently we had a health walk. We said, look, let's come, let's walk. And then we had some of our own colleagues to talk about succession planning. Preparation of will and things, and people ask questions, and then through that somebody comes to tell you, Charlie, I need a job. You connect to somebody, you put it on the platform, you help each other. That's it. it's about helping each other. It's about building a network of people of similar faith that you can connect to. You need help. You need an idea. You need somebody to support you. It's not always money. Sometimes it's just bouncing off an idea. Sometimes it's just an opportunity. And I think that that's what the church is supposed to be. I mean, in the early church, nobody lacked anything, right? Because everybody was caring about each other. So it's a difficult thing to do, but that's what we are doing at ICG, GC Soy Temple Men's Ministry. We are trying to bring men together to connect. So, for example, today we have a talk on fatherhood with, raising godly children. Tomorrow we have a movie we are watching with our children, only fathers. Because fathers, we are always busy running up and down.
Very
we don't
busy.
have time to do the things that children love, the fun.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we are doing a movie night and we say, all the men, come with your children.
Wow.
Mothers are always with their children in the
Yeah.
kitchen, they are
Yeah.
passing here, but you are always out of the house. Come with your children. Have fun. We are supplying popcorn. Watch. Bond with your children. These are little things that we can do to support each other. Yeah.
And I know you're big on mentoring. I know since last year when we spoke with you, and I want you to share with us, as fathers, role models, how can you raise the next generation of boys who will grow up to value the brotherhood we're talking about today? So it's not hard anymore to want to get men to connect. If you can touch on that.
I think it starts at home. You have a family, you have children. How do you manage siblings together? How do you let them understand that they're a team? They can talk to each other. They can depend on each other. How do you raise them to know that family, you don't neglect family? Sometimes I tell my children that if it's grandma's birthday, call her. Because you want them to know that your family is important. It's God's support system. God didn't create us as isolated beings. The family structure was put there by God. So God, even in his wisdom, created a support system for that's why everybody is born into a family, to have a support structure. So this brother who thinks your family is one of the places that if all things being equal, you should have been able to get it. So you start by raising your children to appreciate family. Siblings, instead of siblings fighting each other, they must be siblings that love each other, that support each other. So when you see rivalry happening in your family, you try and teach your children how to collaborate, how to support each other. And by so doing, and also they observe how you relate with your wife.
They do.
If you never discuss anything with your wife, they never know that when they come to mommy, daddy, and mommy has said no, daddy will say no. You are of one mind.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll play like football.
Yeah, they'll play their football. So for me, it starts at home.
Yeah.
And then they also observe. We have all learned over time that children, they watch you and learn from you more of what you do than what you say.
Yeah.
So they are seeing you, men's ministry fellowship, you are going, you're having a meeting with men. They are learning. They pick this thing. And especially boys, girls usually will come and ask a lot of questions. Guys, I don't know how God created that, but we are sort of created to figure things out. And it's part of being a leader. You can't always go and say, help. But you need help. So they watch you, how you conduct yourself, how you relate to their mother, how they themselves, you help them to relate amongst themselves. By so doing, you are teaching them.
Right.
Jenny, as men, I think we've got a lot to do. And there's a lot to learn and pick, a lot to glean when we meet as men as well. Mr. Halm, yes, I think last year you passed through Man Cave.
Yes.
Shortly.
What was the highlight for you? Why would you recommend a man to be part of Man Cave this year? We're stepping up things. We listened to what most of the men, the feedback they gave us about how they wanted to relax more, how they wanted to talk more and all. Why would you recommend a program like this to a man who is listening this morning?
So I passed through briefly. I was amazed at how men were relaxed, playing table tennis, and it was a joy. And I thought that usually we are always on the move. We don't even have time to breathe. It's a place, Charlie, you work, come, breathe small, have fun small. Remember yourselves the days when you were young, small. You meet some old friends.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't remember the exact testimony, but there was a guy in a wheelchair.
Yes.
That gave a certain testimony that really touched me.
I remember the guy.
And I was excited when you say bring your children. So I'm planning that I'll bring my boys. Let's just have fun. Because I think sometimes we don't have fun enough. So look, if you're a man and you're like me, you're busy, you're jumping all over the place, you're trying to get things to work. Once in a while, your soul needs to relax and rejuvenate. Charlie, come for the men's cave. And if you can bring your sons, all the better. Come and play some table tennis with them.
You do it, don't worry.
Yeah. So I think it's a nice place to wind down a little bit with fellow men. And you may just pick up a nugget or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Jenny, I saw two men who I thought were too overly competitive at the table tennis court. I mean, they just had to break a tie or something. I mean, these were men in their, I think, 50 and 60.
Wow.
One said he used to be a table tennis champion. The other two was trying to prove something, and they kept on playing. You know, I think it was fun.
Yeah.
And just as he says, sometimes, once in a while, we need to breathe.
Yeah.
It helps us to rethink stuff. It helps us to sit back to see all that God has done in our lives, the family, the children. And so I wish that you may get this for either your husband or even if you can get it for yourself and your sons.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
I mean, particularly for the wives listening, you've noticed that your husband is not taking time off to breathe and to relax. You know, just get him a ticket. I think last year we had a gentleman like that who says, my wife got it for me. I didn't think I should come. I should have been sleeping at home, but he was glad he did. Another highlight for me is the 7-year-old girl who's listening to Sunny and says, Mommy, take Dad to Man Cave.
That was voice this morning.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Yeah. The children are noticing that dads also need to have some good time. But finally, William, today we had Ajimai shared a story about an Uber driver who thought that when it's Mother's Day, the whole house is all motherly, the gifts are coming, but for him as a dad, he doesn't feel he's being acknowledged enough, being appreciated enough. And I don't know whether you hear this in men's circles. Do you hear it a lot?
Yeah, we do hear this a lot.
How do you think fathers can approach this in their homes? Because what if maybe the women, maybe benefit of the doubt, haven't noticed that's what they're doing, not getting their children to acknowledge the fathers and all that? What would you say to advise?
It's difficult to say praise me. Right, it's difficult. I think platforms like what you're doing is one of the best ways, and I really should commend Sunny FM. I mean, you are doing a great job. 5 years ago, I don't think even Father's Day was even a thing in Ghana. Mother's Day has always been a thing. But we have a new generation, and I just want to put it out there, we have a new generation of men who are responsible. This old rhetoric of irresponsible men, look, it's been in the past. Yeah. Now we have men who are responsible. If men are responsible, let's acknowledge it. So kudos to Sunny FM for, leading in this and making sure that fathers are celebrated. But I also want to put in a word of advice to our women. Many times when there is Mother's Day, sometimes fathers will gather the children, make an effort, sing, do some breakfast for mommy,
dance when they dance to save their lives,
all kinds of things. Mothers show appreciation. You shouldn't force somebody to show appreciation. So it's a good thing that we are talking about in mothers show appreciation. When it's Father's Day, don't just expect your children to do it. Teach them how to do it. Yeah. Pick up your children early morning, wake them up. Let's go and thank Daddy for all the things he's doing. Gather the children, guide them to appreciate their father. And some of these things really touch men's heart when they see their wives, not just they themselves tell him, oh, we love you, but gather the children.
Okay.
It's so much appreciated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think that's been very insightful for women and moms out there listening. So hopefully there'll be lots of gathering. Fathers, look out for some gathering sessions. So ManCode Fest, 28th of June. Let me say ManCode Festival, because last year there was a lot of fest. What is it? The FIRST? Is FESTIVAL. So Festival Fest cut short. It will be at Alisa. I don't know if we have space to play the five-a-side football the men are talking about, but we're going to try to do our best to have enough activities. Ajima, you're going to create.
No, Jenny,
you do magic at Alisa.
I think at the bistro there's this greenery that we're still hoping that we can get men to do. I mean, a 5-a-side, it's like a quarter of a pitch kind of thing. We'll try and do something.
Yeah, 5-a-side, between 3-a-side.
Yeah, 3-a-side, but we can do like 3-a-sides, about 2 teams to go.
And I'm looking forward to.
Other.
So the team has been dreaming of Sunny's the strongest man. Because we realized that some of the activities last year, some people had some skills they couldn't show. So this year we're trying to see how we can make sure everybody can come out with their talents and their skills. So we'll come out. We'll let you know how that is going to look like. We're going to let you know how that is going to look like. So thank you all for joining us on today's episode of the ManCode Series. The iMDRIVE continues. The series continues tomorrow as well. So do join. And thank you so much, Mr. William Halm, for your time as always. But we are going the long haul with you every June, right? Every year we're going to call you. So please prepare for us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And so let me just drop this quick one about the ManCode Fest, the number you can reach out to if you'd like to sign up yourself, maybe your brother, your husband, your dad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Baba, in a world where men carry so much, every now and then they need a moment to breathe, connect, and be refreshed. Join Sunny FM for ManCode Festival, the ultimate men's hangout, happening Saturday, June 28th at the Alisa Pavilion from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is a space for men to unwind, reflect, and recharge. Come and enjoy authentic, thought-provoking ManCode conversations, buffet lunch, comprehensive free health screenings, including blood pressure and blood sugar checks, body mass index assessment, prostate health consultation for early registrants, dental checkup, professional cleaning, fun games, and exciting activities with great prizes, all in a laid-back brotherly atmosphere filled with good vibes and great people. Rate 1,250 Ghana cedis. Special discounts are available for men's groups and fellowships. To register, call or WhatsApp 0545 223324 or 0243 664623. Registration closes on June 25th. Bring your brother, your dad, your son, a mentor, or that father figure who's made an impact in your life. Come, celebrate the strength, the journey, and the bond of men at ManCode Festival. Brought to you by Sunny FM with support from Fidelity Bank, Kinsman Shoes, Starbite, J. Ray Gatti Fashion House, Ezel Fashion, Beaver Health